Yep. Beans and cornbread had a fight. Beans knocked cornbread out of sight. Welcome to another show of One Time for the Fan. I am your host, Jack Spade, with your co-host, Bodee 3000.
It's calculating.
Somebody got out work early.
Yeah.
And the homie,
Hey,
Des Dollars.
it's cracking.
Des Dollars, what's the play, man? What's the play? What y'all doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show.
Chilling, man. Watching this Braves game, man.
One time for the fan. Braves rolling.
Yes, sir.
What, 6-7 game win streak?
Mm-hmm.
Rolling. Michael Harris, bats hot. Acuna, bats hot. It's going crazy right now with the Braves right now. You better get them tickets. Better hurry up and secure your tickets. Hey, Bodee, how you feeling, man?
Man, I can't call it, man. Another day in paradise, you know?
Another day in paradise, brother.
Yeah.
I feel you. There's Dallas.
Yes, sir.
How you doing down there, sir?
Chilling, man. Feeling wonderful.
Feeling wonderful, man. That's good to know. The NBA playoffs, man. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up real quick, man. We talked about it the other day. Golden State now has tied the series 1-1. Des, you said they're going 6. Golden State. Bodee, you think Golden State got this one in the bag as well?
Yeah, we'll probably go 7.
Probably go 7. Boston's good to take one of these games here. Game 3 or game 4. Des, what you think about that, man? You think Boston's good to take one of these games here?
Man, I heard whoever win game 3 is like 85% chance that they win the series. So it looks like the winner of tonight's game might be the winner of the series. So tune in.
It's definitely going to be a good game.
Yes,
Steph Curry, Jason Tatum. The NBA is looking to make a new face, a new leader going forward. I think Jason Tatum might be the guy that they're trying to push. You know what I'm saying? He has that mentality of just being a well reserved, calm type of player. But when he gets on the court, and he
can't do it. He can't do it going 4 for 17. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Step it up. They thought Booker was gonna be that too, and he, let's just say, shat the bed.
Hawks need to get something like that, man. I know we were 2 wins away last season.
Yeah,
but we gotta get back to being a real competitive team out here. Otherwise than that, the NBA playoffs is not what we're here for. We're here for the Atlanta Falcons. Bodee, Des Dollars. Not too much has been going on with the Falcons. They've been pretty quiet. Terry's scouting the boards, checking the rosters. I'm sure the phone is ringing somewhere in Flowery Branch. But not too much talk with the Falcons right now. Anybody have any ideas what you think the Falcons are doing? I know they're getting ready for camp and, preparing their playbook and everything, but do you see them?
They is doing, looking who they finna cut that dead weight.
Cut that dead weight.
Cut that dead weight.
You right about that. That's getting ready to happen shortly. Roster cuts will be coming up. But, Bo, do you think they're on the phone trying to talk around the league, see what's going on, see what they can get started?
Quiet before the storm, man. They looking for some some sleepers, man. They trying to acquire some people. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to get some comp in here. That's all that is.
Yeah.
I know. Then they gonna cut that dead weight.
Best player available is still out there somewhere for the Atlanta Falcons and this free agency. Whether it's a guard, offensive tackle, there's a player that they think is a best player available. If the Falcons do decide to bring him in, it's going to be real soon. But we got a lot to talk about tonight with One Time for the Fan. Lot to talk about tonight on the show. People out here talking bad about us. A lot of fans. Not even fans. Media. People in the sports world. I don't know. I'm sure people know who Bill Barnwell is. I don't know who Bill Barnwell is.
I don't know that.
I don't care who Bill Barnwell is either. But Bill Barnwell, how dare he say what he said? Recently posted his top 10 teams who's having the worst off seasons right now. And we bring this up because obviously the Falcons is somewhere on this list. And this is the annoying part. We're going to talk about how the Falcons are not having one of the worst off seasons right now. And if you're tuning in, one time for the fan, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Top 10 worst offenses, off seasons, according to Bill Barnwell. So number 10, he got the Bears. Who? The Who segment?
Who?
The Who segment? Top 10 worst off seasons. Number 10, he got the Bears. Number 9, he has the Cowboys. Number 8, he has the Texans. Number 7, he has the Commanders. Number 6, he has the Lions. Once again, if you're tuning in, NFL top 10 worst off seasons, according to Bill Barnwell. Raiders at number 5. Saints at number 4. Those damn Saints.
Who?
Cardinals at number 3. The Falcons at number 2. Seahawks at number 1. Bill Barnwell, for all you Bill Barnwells out there, don't be like this Bill Barnwell. So check this out, right? The Falcons are not what people think coming up this season. We're not going to be a team that's going to tank. Okay? This offseason, we've actually had, and shout out to Sharma, who just subscribed. Shout out to Sharma to the channel. One time for the fan, YouTube. One time for the fan, Twitter. One time for the fan on Facebook. The Falcons are having a decent offseason. Okay, so they're not what people think going forward. We have the opportunity. What's up, Dave? Dave in the chat says Falcons are rebuilding. We have an opportunity here to not really shock the world, but to show how to rebuild a team. After your franchise wide receiver is gone 2 years ago, after your franchise quarterback is now gone last year.
Yeah.
You have an opportunity. You build through the draft. You build through the free agency. You got a little money to spend this season. You got a little money to spend next season. But some of the players that the Falcons have brought in show that the Falcons should not be on this list. Now, they could use a bunch of other teams. I don't see the Jets on this list, surprisingly. I don't see the 49ers on this list. What does the 49ers have done this offseason? You feel me? So the Falcons could definitely don't need to be on this list. They shouldn't be on this list. Look at the cornerback position outside of A.J. Terrell. Bodee, Dez jumping on this. Casey Hayward. Is Casey Hayward an upgrade from Fabian Moreau? Bodee?
Absolutely. Yes.
Dez?
And that's like asking for a double cheeseburger and then replacing it with a Big Mac.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're not going to get a chance to run from A.J. Terrell. Because when you run to the other side, you got Casey Hayward. If Isaiah Oliver is the person who's going to be playing the slot, he had pretty good, 3-4 games last season. He was showing his new Isaiah Oliver. I guess at the end, if the Falcons fans want to see that, because seasons before they haven't seen that type of Isaiah Oliver. Darren Hall could also be another one. As I see, Dave right here in the chat, Darren Hall is the guy to watch in that secondary. San Diego State, too, I believe, Darren Hall.
I like
Mike Ford is somebody who also can step up and be a part of this secondary. Or if the Falcons decide to go grab another cornerback. They have the money to spend. They got the money to spend. To say that Bill Barnwell telling us, Falcons fans, that we're having one of the worst off seasons this year is foolish. We can go over a lot of these positions. Bodee, what upgrades? Des, please chime in. Chat chime in. Des, Bodee, what upgrades have the Falcons done this season? I know the Matt Ryan situation. Okay, your veteran quarterback, franchise quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback, not here no more. So we go into Mariota. We changed the system, changed the quarterback. But what upgrades have you seen the Falcons do this season that shouldn't have the Falcons on this list?
Real quick, I want to chime in. I think I got a soliloquy of why we're on this list. You know, losing our franchise face, not gaining any big name players like anybody, like you know, people everybody know, like maybe you know, getting like a Nakobe Dean in the draft, just getting a whole bunch of like stars or something, or not signing a whole bunch of stars. You know, that's automatic for a terrible off season. We got a whole bunch of people that nobody really know about. You know what I'm saying? That and it doesn't help that we've been a punching bag forever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other fans, other people like hating on us. Like it's just terrible. I hate it, but it is what it is. I mean, going back to your question, upgrades. I feel like you got the best upgrades you could for a team that's on the rise, on the rebuild. You know, they don't want to say rebuilding, but we rebuild it. I mean, you got young players who hungry and they want to fight, and they're good, and they got something to prove, and they just need a chance, like a Lorenzo Carter, like, you know, all the youngsters coming in, they got a chance to do something. Shoot, all these cats. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like any kind of, you know, slight. I mean, like it's just we young. And
Shout out to Gino in the chat.
Yeah.
Gino said no upgrades, just parts to keep the car running. And
yeah, I agree with that.
If you want to look at it like that, yeah. But the car could be running pretty damn good if these pieces fall into place the way they're supposed to. Could give you another 100,000 miles.
It's like putting the pieces together to a puzzle, man. It's not a big puzzle. It's not like a 500-piece puzzle that's going to be amazing. It's one of those, you know, 50, 75-piece puzzles that, you know, you're just proud to put together. You know what I'm saying? What the Falcons are doing, they're being smart. Because one, the Falcons really didn't have money like that to go out here and sign all these superstars that would have took us off of that list. What the Falcons did was they made do with what they got. We went and got wide receivers from teams who, if you really look at, actually excelled when the people they played behind were hurt. Geronimo Allison, he was third string, but when Devontae Adams and Valdez-Scantling weren't playing or were hurt, there you see Geronimo Allison shining and making plays.
Yeah.
Or Auden Tate, he played behind A.J. Green and over there in Cincinnati. Now you got Jamar Chase, and they had another receiver.
So they had Boyd, Higgins, Chase,
yeah.
tight end, Joe Mixon. So Tate didn't really fit in. It's kind of like Brian Edwards in Oakland. They were moving to the Devontae Adams, Renfro, their other wide receivers, and Brian Adams didn't fit. So guess what? We stole them from Oakland.
Exactly. We're bringing in potential that we have seen make plays behind people, and we're giving them a chance to actually make a name for themselves, put them on the field to actually go make these plays that we've seen them make before. So I understand why we're on this list. We didn't sign the Tyrann Matthews and the Deshaun Watson and the names like that, but we went,
which we will talk about tonight.
Critical pieces that the Falcons needed to put the team back together. We lost. We don't have Julio no more. We lost Calvin Ridley.
Yeah,
shooting dice on him.
No more Kaminsky too, man.
No more who? You feel me? Deion Jones, he's hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? We lost Floyd. We go get Rashad Evans and Lorenzo Carter.
And Nick Kawaki.
I just want to talk about Rashad Evans and Lorenzo Carter because, one, if you look at their backgrounds, Rashad Evans played at Alabama, championship football.
Mm-hmm.
Lorenzo Carter played at Georgia.
championship defense football.
So it's not like we went out here and just got some bums. We went out here and got some players who are hungry, like Bodee said, and want to make a name for themselves.
And that goes off of what Gino's saying. No upgrades, just parts to keep the car running. A lot of these small pieces that you're using to keep the car running. Foyer is gone. Okay, so we're switching schemes to this. You know, we want to be more downhill when it comes to getting to the running back. A lot of tackles for losses, a lot of sacks. Like Dean P said on the show, if you guys missed it, welcome everybody to the chat. Welcome everybody to the One Time for the Fan show, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. If you guys missed it on the last show, I talked to Dean P's at the OTAs. I posted it on the YouTube page. What Dean P saying last week, a lot of missed opportunities. So many times, so many chances we had when we got to the quarterback, when we got to the backfield, we were supposed to make some plays. 18 sacks for the Falcons. I think when I went back and saw some of the tape and stuff, the Falcons could have had well over 25 to 30 sacks, man. A lot of plays that they almost got there. So some of the pieces that they picked up, Foyer's gone. He led the league in tackles. You got Rashard Evans. You got Nick Kowalski. Mekhi Walker has to step up. We don't know who's wearing the green hat this season for the defense. We don't know what's going to happen. But you're looking at your upgrading cornerback. So this is one of your pieces to keep the car running. Fabian Moreau last season wasn't somebody that you can depend on as a Falcon fan to say, oh, Fabian Moreau, oh, he's locked down. Oh, yeah, he's top 10. Nah, you got A.J. Terrell, top 5, top 10 corner in the league. Casey Hayward, top 10 corner in the league. You're not running from Terrell this season. So the upgrade, or your new alternator in your Chevy, in your 85 Monte Carlo, you know what I'm saying? Your new alternator is Casey Hayward, 2-year deal. So now you go look back at the safeties now. Deron Harmon, Eric Harris. Eric Harris was hurt. Deron Harmon came over on a 1-year deal. We knew he wasn't going to stay here for long. Shout out to Chase in the chat. Shout out to Dave in the chat. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour in the chat. You knew he wasn't going to stay here long. Eric Harris was hurt. So now you got this Richie Grant and Jalen Hawkins combo that everybody keeps pointing at. We know Eric Harris signed another deal to be here. Dean Marlowe is going to be here for a year. Tease Tabor, I don't know where he's going to fit into the secondary. We're hoping a lot of these Falcons stay healthy so we can see what they have on the field so we don't have to go too far down the depth. And Tease Tabor is starting week 3 at number 2 cornerback. We don't want that just yet. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure this team can play healthy and get through and start pushing to be a better team. But some of the upgrades or pieces to just keep the car running better. I think the running back position, nobody was heavy on Mike Davis. Wasn't heavy on Mike Davis. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody was out here saying, oh, Mike Davis was going to win a rushing title. No. Mike Davis.
Everybody was sold on Mike because he was from Atlanta.
Because he was from Atlanta. And I know how Atlanta fans are. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's the city. But we're talking about football here. And if you're talking about a little bit of upgrades or better pieces to keep the car running, you moved away from Mike Davis. You got Tyler Algieri in the draft. Technically, look at Tyler Algieri's stats. I understand he went to BYU, but he was damn near the top 3. He's top 3 running back in college football. Top 3. So you have that. You have Damian Williams, Super Bowl champion now. You have some speedsters in the backfield versus what it was in the past with the power back situation. Quadri, I understand he missed a lot of, pass block situations last year. Run game wasn't too effective with Quadri, but they brought him back. So we'll see what will happen. We don't know, Falcons fans. We're not going to break down the final 53. But Dez, if you look to the offense or the defense, look at the wide receivers. Separation, route running. Christian Blake, Olade Zaccheaus, Tajay Sharp. In a sense, we've upgraded. We've kind of upgraded. Drake London, Brian Edwards, Auden Tate. Even Cordell Hodge, Damian Byrd. These are wide receivers that can actually get some separation. And a lot of the problems the Falcons had last year with our offense was getting off the ball as soon as the ball is snapped. And that was the problem. And this year, the mismatch situation with 4 or 5 wide receiver sets, 3 wide receiver trips right sets, mesh routes, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Cordell Patterson. Man, come on. Like, this car is going to be running. You feel what I'm saying? This car is going to be running. But for Bill Barnwell to say the Falcons are top 10 and having one of the worst off seasons right now, nah, to me as a Falcon fan, I think we've kind of put some pieces in place to help us going forward. Let's not forget about the cap. We're $13 million. We're still hitting the boards.
Yeah.
Terry's probably on the phone right now. Let's not forget about next season. $130 million. Let's not forget about re-signing Grady. Fans wanted Matt Ryan gone. Ryan's gone. Fans wanted a mobile quarterback. We got 2. Fans wanted a franchise wide receiver. We got without Julio. We got him. You got your franchise tight end. He low-key had a 1,000-yard season on y'all last season. Sleeping on y'all boys. This man had a 1,000-yard season last season. You talking about, man, what the Falcons finna do offensively, man? We've kind of slowly... We're rebuilding here, man. We're looking good. We wanted a fresh start. Des, Bodee, any other pieces that you see is keeping this car running? Players that you are I mean, we talked about players you're excited about, but players that you're just happy to see the Falcons at least brought in a somewhat of a decent amount of, pieces to fill the gaps. Any player that we want to bring to mind? Chat, bring us some players.
I like Damian, man.
I like Ritter.
Because if you're talking about draft picks, I like Ritter too. But just in general, man, the Falcons have never just had that 1-2 punch in the backfield or somebody that could come and back up our star running back.
Yeah.
And still excel at that position. You got Cordell Patterson in the backfield, and you got Damian Williams, who played with the Kansas City Chiefs and won a Super Bowl, who is a legit running back. You never really seen the Falcons with a type of combo like that in the backfield. Other than shit, I don't know if I was young, but I don't know if Ward Gunn and Mike Turner played at the same time. Goddamn, but I just know that was probably the last legit running backs the Falcons really had. You know what I'm saying? But
if you're looking for a 1,000-yard rusher, Falcons haven't had one in man. What?
Yeah, but did Freeman rush?
Freeman had 1,000-yard season, I believe. I can go pull up Freeman.
And we had that tandem of Freeman and Coleman.
The Freeman-Coleman tandem was nice. The Super Bowl tandem.
That was the Super Bowl tandem.
Yeah,
and that was cool.
Tyler Algieri is a running back you got to watch. Here's the reason why. Look at his numbers in college. Look what he's done in college. I understand it's BYU. He's a college football player. First of all, let's give respects and shout outs to some of these players, man. They wake up every day. They grind.
Yeah.
They eat football, man. We're watching them on TV on the Saturday games. Just imagine the work they go through during the week. Mentally, physically. Let's give a shout out to that because these are the players that, the Falcons drafted. Desmond Ritter. We saw Ritter in college last season. We saw Ritter in college. Tyler Algieri. We saw him at BYU. Drake London, USC. I mean, now they're playing in the NFL. So these are players that are going to come in and try to make a name for themselves. Absolutely. Tyler Algieri is a chance that you might get 1,000 yards out of Tyler if he becomes your premier back. But seeing how the Falcons have so many running backs, so many wide receivers, a lot of people are going to play this season. A lot of people are going to play this season.
Oh, yeah.
Bodee, you talked about Tyler Algieri. You talked about the running backs. Which one of the 15 running backs the Falcons have could possibly get 1,000 yards? Which one do you think?
It's Algier. He's that guy. That's why we got him. He's the most upside with anybody. Damian Williams, he started and he did good. He's a good runner. Old boy, Patterson ain't gonna be full-time running back. So, he's Algier has got the most upside. And I expect them to try to get it to him. Hopefully, he come in and run hard, and they get it to him.
Shout out to the Rise Up to Ortiz. Tabor got to use his head. He was good at University of Florida. When he got to the pros, he lost his cool a few games. Well, Arthur Blank, don't lose your cool over here. Already got enough 15-yard penalties coming from Jake.
I'm saying.
So, a whole bunch of holding penalties coming out there, man. It's getting crazy.
Memories.
But yeah, I mean, the Falcons, they added some pieces. Not saying, hey, we had the best offseason. We're looking, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. No, but we put some pieces in place to help us go forward. Like you said, to keep the car running. So shout out to Gino.
And like Dad said, they played it smart. They didn't do nothing outlandish. They didn't go sign somebody, some old guy, 30 years old, give him a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
That what they wanted? Is that what Bill Barnwell wanted us to do?
Well, Bill Barnwell apparently wanted us to sign Deshaun Watson. Never know. We'll get to that. Rise Up Tour in the chat. We wanted a fresh start.
Thank you.
We got it.
We good, man.
It's a new regime. But see, I like how the Falcons did it. It was like 50% new regime last season, 50% new regime this season. It wasn't like sell everything next season, get them out of here. They actually broke it down. They're getting it, they're getting it together. They didn't put it all and just put all their eggs in one basket on one player and just got I like how the Falcons are doing this offseason. But that's my opinion. Everybody's gonna have different opinions, and we respect that. You know what I'm saying? The only people that knows about this 100% fully is the Falcons. You understand? So, Bill Barnwell, the Falcons are having a good offseason. From the draft to the free agency, to some of the moves that we brought in just to keep the car running.
I wonder what his team is. Probably a bandwagoner.
Bill, who
Nobody
knows?
care about no Bill Barnwell.
Let's see. Let's take guesses. Let's see what team he is. Probably a Pats fan.
Go look it up. He probably is. I was the first thing I was thinking. He's probably a Pats fan.
He seems to be just an all arounder. He has a bunch of Ravens stuff on his page.
Oh well.
Yeah, he has some. Might be a Ravens fan. Who knows? Who cares? Falcons having a decent offseason. Let's give it up to Terry. Terry's doing a good job. Let's give it up to Terry for what he's been doing to the offseason. But he doesn't care about the cap. Got rid of Matt Ryan. Remember he came in, Julio. Oh, we love to see Julio play. Got rid of Julio. Didn't even get a chance to play with him on Madden. My Julio jersey's still over here with the tag on it from when they sold me the when they did the new jerseys.
Yeah.
And they put the, of course, the names on the back. You can
buy. He didn't even get to wear that shit. Yeah. I got one over here. I got a white one.
It's ridiculous. Just sitting over here, right here, with the tag on.
Yeah.
Can't even wear it no more. Wasting money.
I can because my name is Jones. I tell them my name. I was like, this is my jersey.
You can't beat that. You got all the numbers, 1 through 99. Jones on the back of everything.
Right, you got that Julio jersey. No, my name is Jones. Literally.
Yeah. One time for the fan. Hit that share button. Hit that like button. Hit that follow button. Every Wednesday, every Sunday, we always talking Atlanta Falcons football. We always got a bunch of topics to talk about. Whatever the Falcons do during the week, we're gonna bring it up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share. Tell your friends. Tell your Falcon family. Tell your Falcon friends, man. Big show Sunday with Eric Parker. Long time Atlanta Falcon fan. Y'all got to hear what Eric got to say. It's going to be a good show. Bodee. Got this new segment that we're going to do here on the show, right? And it's called the Bodee's Breakdown. The Bodee's Breakdown. Bodee, every now and then you're going to highlight a player that the Falcons fans should be excited about. Of course, once again, it's our opinions here at One Time for the Fan.
Yeah.
But of course, we're not going to ever bash a player. We know players need to improve. Every player needs to improve. Of course, every player wants to up their game. So we're not going to say this player is just like downright trash, downright mud, downright garbage. No, we got players that we think you make the 53. Once you're on this team, help us win some games.
Yeah.
You're in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah.
Bodee's Breakdown. Give us a little bit about this new segment here, Bodee's Breakdown. Highlighting a player or position group. What is Bodee, man? Talk to me.
It's going to be like this. That's how I'm going to break it down. It's going to be a player, could, like you said, position group. It could be a topic. You know what I'm saying? It could be a topic for Falcons related, of course. Just anything that's on my mind. Almost like a grind your gear segment, but good or bad. It could be either way. But this week, we're going to be breaking down one of the most, I say most slept on. And I said it last week. Slept on Falcons. And that is Jalen Hawkins.
Jalen Hawkins.
Third year safety from Cal. Let's break it down. All right. So 6'1", 208, 24 years old.
Okay.
Fourth round pick 134 overall in 2020 in the COVID draft. We got called the COVID draft because nobody ran a 40, including him. So it's probably good he didn't run a 40 because he ain't the fastest guy. I'm just being real. But he's quick on the field. Let's break it down. He was actually recruited as a 4-star wide receiver.
That's true.
Yeah.
He played multiple positions.
Absolutely. And then their defense was hurting, so they needed him at safety. And he excelled. I'm going to break down the scouting report. And everywhere I went, when I did all my research, I saw versatile, his versatility. Versatile.
That's a key word for today.
Versatile means.
That's a key word for today.
This man, can you put it on the board?
Versatile.
This episode is brought to you by the word versatile.
Versatile.
All right. So he's a versatile player, ball hawk. Definitely a ball hawk because he's a receiver. He got hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great in the box. He'll thump you. What he'll do, he'll thump you, but he gotta wrap up. That's his weakness. He don't wrap up. He try to knock the head off, but he don't wrap up. We
Seen that with Casey before too.
Oh yeah. We
cost him a couple games a couple times because you lean in too much. But I seen Hawkins tackle.
Absolutely.
He knows how to, even with the new rules in the NFL, he hasn't got no penalties for when he's been in the game making tackles.
Doing good.
But I seen him trying to take heads off. So yeah, correct, Bodee.
He's in the box and he'll take your head off. So he's great at that. He's not, like I said, not the fastest, but he's quick and he got good game speed. Let's go back, just dip back real college, and then I get to the what we expect for him this year. College, he had 10 picks throughout his career. That's a lot.
Yeah, college football it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Brag to your homies about that all day.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's you got, man. I got 10 hitting up out of here.
Yeah. He had 2 picks last season. And they came in back-to-back weeks. Week 5 versus the Jets. And we had a bye in week 6. Week 7, he had a pick in that game versus the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Back-to-back wins.
Yeah, back-to-back wins. Yeah, forgot to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, get to the finish here, but basically, Jalen Hawkins is his expectations is through the roof. Now, people are all on Richie Grant because he was a higher draft pick, 2nd round. Jalen Hawkins 4th round. Not too much is expected, Jalen Hawkins, but both of those guys are 24 years old, and both of those guys got a job, and both of those guys gonna get to it. Like, it's just so much. Jalen is such a hidden gem, even more than Richie. To me, he's a key to this defense. Like, he's an absolute key. Because Richie can eat, but if Jalen not good, then we falter. So he's definitely a key to this defense that nobody talks about. Yeah, it's sexy to talk about Dr. Ebiketie, Dr. I would say Dr. All of them doctors. Everybody else, like, it's just sexy to talk about them, but I wanted to cover that Jalen Hawkins is a big deal this season. So, Falcons fans, if you didn't know something, now you know.
There you go. Bodee's breakdown. Great job there, Bodee.
I'm working the tagline too. I'm gonna get that shit, and they're gonna come across screen, and it's gonna explode like fireworks.
That was good right there, man. Because it's an opportunity here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I don't know if you guys can see this just yet. You guys might be see this in about 30 seconds. You guys see it there?
Yeah, I see it.
Why would the Falcons post this?
Young Bulls.
Falcons fans, think about that. Why would the Falcons post this?
Sky's the
Come
limit
on now.
for both of them.
They're trying to let you know that opportunities are on the table. Same like when they're posting Ritter. Same like when they're posting Drake London. You're looking at players that can possibly be here in the future. They're not just trying to get you excited now. They're trying to get you excited for later.
Facts.
Jalen Hawkins. Shout out to Dave in the chat. Great choice, Bodee. Jalen is my guy. He needs to be everybody's favorite player this season going into what is on the table for a lot of these players. Everybody around the table eating, looking like, man, a lot of one-year deals here. Who's going to be here next season? Who's the franchise? Who's the future? Who's here to help us going forward? Because if the Falcon fans do believe the Falcons can win the Super Bowl before 2027, some of these players that's here now will be there on that roster going forward. I think the Falcons can win the Super Bowl before 2027. You got the money. You're nailing these drafts right now. Richie Grant, Kyle Pitts, Drake London. We haven't seen them on the field yet, but seeing what they've done in college, we've definitely done a lot to help this team out. I think Falcon fans should be excited about that. But Bodee, there's Jalen Hawkins, man. What's your thoughts on Jalen? You're heavy on Richie Grant. You talked about Richie Grant before. Now it's Richie. It's Jalen. Just put the picture up. Falcons posted it last week. This is Jalen Hawkins' like first picture, like on social media, like prime time type deal, bro. Falcons ain't having a rally shop.
So when I knew we were talking about Jalen, I went and did some research myself. I think last year he had 23 total tackles 14, like 14 solo, 11 some assists or something like that. He had 2 picks. I mean, the highlights that I saw, the 2 picks were amazing. They were like diving picks, ball hawk picks. A couple of other plays that stood out to me that I saw. He manned up with the tight end. I loved it. He was on him, on his hip, got his hand in there, got the ball out on the pass. I like that from a safety. That's what you want your safety to do, come out of the box, be able to play that safety. And I mean, be able to make a tackle on like running backs, tight ends. And then he also like I seen him just get in the hole and make tackles and be physical, and that's what you want from the safety. So from what I've seen so far, I think him and Richie, they might be that 1-2 outside of AJ and Casey. So man, I'm excited. I'm glad y'all spoke that up. So because I really like what I saw.
That's good. That was a nice little breakdown from Bodee. So here it is with Richie and Jalen, right? For me. You got AJ and Casey, like we spoke about. You're not running from them every play. So if they do decide to man up and it's a 2 wide receiver set and they try some play action, some nonsense, or a 3 wide receiver set, Isaiah or Hall's in the middle, Mike Ford, whoever, you lock down on the corners. Richie Grant, Jalen Hawkins, like you said, he likes to come up and make some tackles. But we need a strong safety who can not only make tackles but cover. In the past, we had a lot of strong safeties where it's like boom, 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 and it's like, oh man, he can't cover a lick. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some heavy, strong safeties who's ready to take your head off. You know, some safeties that just put on a bunch of muscle. But when it comes to covering, they can get beat in a two safety set. And I'm looking to see a young, athletic, versatile Jalen Hawkins this season. So where when him and Richie Grant stretch the field, if you should cover 3, however you want to run it. When it's locked down and Casey Hayward, 3, 4, 5 seconds, quarterback can't find nothing, and here comes Malone or here comes Dr. Arnold, you're looking at some real good Falcons defense, and Jalen Hawkins will be on the field. We've seen at OTAs a lot of the plays. Jalen Hawkins on defense was out there, so they wasn't just throwing it out there. I know Eric Harris wasn't getting too many snaps either, but it's just OTAs, it's just practice. But Hawkins was out there on a lot of plays, and I noticed that. And the Falcons posted the picture. Same like Ritter. They want you to get hyped up on Ritter. They want you to get hyped up on Hawkins. They want you to get hyped up on London. So Bodie's breakdown. Can't wait to hear what the next Bodie's breakdown is going to be. But Jalen Hawkins for the first Bodie's breakdown was spot on, sir. And good job, brother. That was nice right there, brother. That was nice right there. Jalen Hawkins, Bodie's breakdown. Jalen Hawkins, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to find out what Jalen Hawkins, Richie Grant.
Falcons fans ready. You know, there's a lot of Richie Grant talk. Gotta give that other guy some love.
They drafted him for a reason. They drafted all these players for a reason. We don't want no 2019 draft class where we draft 7 guys and only 2 is here 4 years from now. We want players that can develop with this team and be here for a long time. Falcons need some favorites out here. You know, if you're not going to win no games, put some favorites on the field. You know, we had some favorites in the past with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley was going to become a favorite. John Kaminsky was going to become a favorite. So we didn't know what got him. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody on the screen. One time for the fan on YouTube, one time for the fan on Facebook, one time for the fan on Twitter. Des Dollars, co-host in the building. Bodie 3000, co-host in the building. Bill Barnwell, we spoke about that. Falcons offseason is a little bit better than people expected. Yeah, we didn't sign the big top players, but we're doing okay. Bodie's breakdown, Jalen Hawkins. Spot on, sir. Great job. Can't wait to hear the next one. And I think I already know who the next player might be for you on the Bodie's breakdown.
You know.
Spoke about this player a lot, and I can't wait to hear it. We got some time here left on the show, so we got some time to talk. Deshaun Watson. Des. Deshaun Watson. Watson. Let's go ahead and put this on the screen. I had the banner up earlier.
That shit, they got it going on. It's nuts.
I don't know what's going on.
Sounds like the Houston Texans are in trouble too, from what I read.
Houston Texans sending over NDAs. Sign on the dotted line, sir. Yeah, so Deshaun Watson. Man. Deshaun, what have you done? The Falcons made a decision in the offseason. There's using the chat. Falcons made a decision this offseason to sprinkle the idea that they might go and sign Deshaun Watson. Did it make Matt Ryan mad? Did it make Matt Ryan upset? Did it make him angry? Maybe. But some fans were upset because the Falcons were, I don't know, I thought they were blowing smoke. Hearing the talk about Deshaun Watson. Because I'm sitting here thinking, how are you going to sign a guy who you know how much trouble this guy could be in? How are you going to sign this guy? And then I look at the money and I was like, you was going to pay him this? No, sir. No, that's not what we do here in the Falcons organization. Just looking at the deal alone, it was like, nah, you can't do this. You can't do this. The Browns did it. Now they got to pay for all this that's been going on. A lot of stuff going on in the media with Deshaun. So the question goes to you, Dez. Did the Falcons dodge a bullet? But what I can't even say dodge a bullet. I want to say something like that. Did the Falcons just, do well by not signing Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, man. One, they did well because they didn't give away a lot of money on a freaking massages level.
Not Robert Kraft 2.0.
So one, that's a good thing. Second, like you said, man, he was just too much behind this guy for what we're looking for. We're trying to get right. We're trying to move on in the future. They don't move on in the future, and you don't even know if your quarterback gonna be here in the future. So the Falcons definitely did the Matrix move on that one, man. So happy. I was all for the Deshaun Watson at first, but after you think about it in the long run, it wasn't a smart move because, like we said, he's already suspended, I think, the first couple of games, and then now it don't even sound like he might even play this year. So,
Bodee?
I feel like our moves were we got Mariota Ritter better than 66 case sexual assault, whatever it is.
That's tough right
Watson,
now.
Man, that's tough.
That's tough. He might not even be on the Madden game. That's tough right now. How are you going to sign the quarterback who can't even be on the Madden game?
Say his name, Ray Rice Jr.
Bodee.
Oh.
Did the Falcons do well by not signing Deshaun Watson, brother?
Yeah, I'm here to tell you. Okay. The numbers was right. He'd be here. It just the way it fell. It was probably, I'll say, it was probably a blessing in disguise the way this case is looking, because I mean, they fully guaranteed. The Browns fully guaranteed his deal and paid him a Doodoo Brown's ton of money.
Not the Frankie.
Jesus. Yeah, like that's crazy. Atlanta was like, yeah, you'll make us better, but ain't no way in the hell we finna give you all this money. Like that ties us up. So I would say it's a matter of how everything fell, and everything probably fell the best way it could, and we just so happened to avoid that situation, and it looking like it was the best thing we could have did, because he might, the way this going, and if all that junk is true, he might not even suit up for them cats. That's just thinking about that. He might not even suit up. Then they got Baker up there. They are dysfunctional.
Yeah,
they still got to trade Baker. They're just. It was the best thing. I'm not even gonna get on the Browns. They do Browns for a reason. But of the Falcons, I think it was a matter of them coming in and just offering them all that money, and that was it. Because he was here. He was here.
I'm sure we did definitely. We took on the meetings. We spoke to his agent. hearing in the media that the Falcons did not speak to none of the witnesses in the case, I swear, and Dez knows, I was sending it in the chat, they blowing smoke to make the Saints not sign Deshaun. Because let's just say it wasn't true and he is able to play. You don't want him going to the damn rivals. So remember, at first, they wasn't a part of the talk. They wasn't. It was all normal, regular day. Matt Ryan's up with the kids, running around. Then he gets to talk that the Falcons are in negotiations to speak with Deshaun Watson. I'm sure he looking at the TV the same way I was.
Yeah, like, huh?
Like, what? So,
Hey,
of course, Matt, it wasn't if Matt felt some type of way, they sent him to a team that is doing much better on the paper wise than what the Falcons have. They have a good offensive line. They have a pretty good defense. But pretty much the number one running back in the league. Up and coming wide receiver.
Number one DN in the league.
Number one DN too as well.
They got
a solid linebacker
on paper. Yes, they have a squad. They look better on paper, but that's dysfunctional.
Yeah, and then for the Browns to spend all that money and go through this situation that they're going through. Shout out to Buster Burns in the chat. We wanted Watson, but didn't want all the drama. The Browns spent all that money. The Browns got to deal with the drama.
Yep.
And they're dealing with the drama.
I'm here to tell you, I wanted Watson too.
But not the drama.
Of course not.
Yeah.
No, not the drama.
Yeah.
I would if that was it, because it seemed like it was it. If that was it, and we had to eat a 6-game suspension and then have a young ass franchise quarterback to deal with, you gotta look through that lens. I do not blame Terry and them. I do not blame them for at least walking that path. And at the expense of Matt Ryan, that I love and I appreciate.
Matt Ryan did a great job here.
I'm forever rooting for him until he faces us. But I mean, you just got to. So I'm not even mad at that. It happened the way it happened, and the dice looking like it rolled in our favor right now.
It rolled in our favor. I'm glad the Falcons didn't sign Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'm glad they pay him $230, whatever the hell it was, guaranteed.
But here's the situation.
Sheesh.
A lot of fans now, and you're seeing it. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Bert? A lot of fans now are calling themselves Colts fans.
A lot of our fans.
Matt Ryan, some of our fans. Matt Ryan stands.
Okay.
They're following Matt Ryan due to the fact of Falcons went after Deshaun Watson, knowing that he had these criminal charges against him, knowing that he had all this stuff going up against him. It looks bad for the organization. That's not what Arthur Blank preaches. You don't want a guy who's probably could be charged with 66 women, dog. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen from it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I just know that going forward, that whole week was one of the craziest weeks for me as a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
Boo Man shot it, just got off work.
Nigga said I just got off work.
And it's still light outside. I see you still in the sun. Are you on the West Coast?
Hey.
Are you on the West Coast?
Yeah, I'm over here with you. You know.
Yeah, shout out to Boo Man shot it in the chat. Shout out to Boo Man shot it on the screen. Another one of the co-hosts here at One Time.
Come on, man. Hit me with a question, man.
So we've been talking about Bill Barnwell, what he said. I'm glad you're here. Bodee, Boo Man's here.
I got some things to say.
Hold on, is this video pre-recorded? Is your video pre-recorded? Can we see your backdrop?
It's still going.
Got him! I'm on fire tonight. I'm on fire.
Oh man!
Hey, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Man. YouTube.
Bow.
Pew pew pew. Got him. I'm on fire tonight.
Look, I got some things to say.
Okay, so look, Bill Barnwell. We opened the show with Bill Barnwell. What he said, the comments about the Falcons have one of the worst off seasons. He listed 10 teams, and the Falcons were number 2 on the list.
Of worse?
Of having one of the worst off seasons right now. This is what Bill Barnwell said.
Is he a 49ers fan?
No, he's just a journalist, longtime journalist. One of those.
Bill Barnwell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta start looking at people. We ain't gonna go there.
Well, you know, Falcon fans retweet it and they put it out, and then once you're looking for topics and stuff to talk about, you're like, How dare this guy Bill Barnwell say this? We're going to bring this up on the show, and we're going to talk about this because the Falcons are not having one of the worst off seasons. They're having a pretty good off season. So the question goes to you quickly. We can jump topics. The question goes to you: are the Falcons having one of the worst off seasons, or are they having a solid off season? A fan said earlier in the chat, "We're putting pieces together to keep the car running." So what do you say to that?
The car never stopped. So I mean, my thing is, as long as you got a replacement for Matt Ryan, you were straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we're not gonna say Mariota is that, but we know who is that replacement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they have their future. So I mean, they answered they answered the one question. The two questions: the quarterback and the wide receiver. Kevin Ray can't play this year. You got Drake won the first round, and you picked up Brian Edwards, and you still got Kyle Pitts. So I mean, I don't see how the Falcons got a bad offseason when you answered the questions you needed. So you answered the questions you immediately needed, then you answered the questions that you needed from a pass rush standpoint. So I mean, you're not going to be able to get Aaron Donalds and Von Miller.
Which what Dez said earlier, you can't just go fancy and just start getting a bunch of players with no money and just give them a bunch of guaranteed contracts and mess up the cap for next season. The Falcons are having a pretty good offseason. So I'm glad you're here, Boo Man. Because that's what we talked about earlier. Bill Barnwell mentioning we're having one of the worst off seasons. Even if you go to the quarterback situation, yes, we don't have Matt Ryan no more. He put a lot of games on his back for over 14 years to help us carry us to wins. Fourth quarter games where he put us in the trenches and won the game. I understand the highlights, but you change systems. I mean, you're not going with the pocket passing quarterback.
It is, but you do have to address the elephant in the room that Matt Ryan is Matt Ryan, and you are starting. You're not going from Matt Ryan to Baker Mayfield.
I understand.
You're going from Matt Ryan to Marcus Mariota, who didn't play a lot of snaps last year, or you banking on a rookie. So I mean, it could really the quarterback position is, if you look at it from the outside looking in, it's hit or miss. Literally, there's not no in between. When you had Matt Ryan, you had a security blanket. So you knew what you was gonna get. You knew you was gonna get some efficient passing. You knew you was gonna get some yards. Not a lot of touchdowns, but you knew you was gonna stay in the game. So it is a shift. I could put it. You can put it this way: if Matt Ryan had the team that they're walking into it right now, everybody's saying they winning 10 games.
Yeah. I like the fact that when they changed the scheme, they're changing the system now without Matt Ryan. They know they want to go dual threat mobile quarterback. Look at some of the games last year when the Falcons were.
We've been begging for that since who?
For a while now. I mean, I understand that they missed on the Justin Fields draft. They missed on the Trey Lance. They missed on the Mac Jones. They missed on all that. They went with Desmond Ridder
for those things.
Yeah.
If you look at the new system, right? Look at some of the games last year.
I'm my mic because good job.
I feel you.
I'm not my mic, but my cam. I'm still listening and talking.
It's good. You can get to the coin laundry and wash those work clothes too when you're ready to finish that.
I'm gonna start writing jokes down when I come in this month.
Bring it. Hey, go right ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to co-host? Bring all your damn jokes.
Those are coming.
Man,
you on one tonight, Flip.
But I hit the stage, boy. I'm telling you what, them jokes, man.
You on one. I see.
I'm on one tonight. I'm on fire.
Hey, where Dez go?
He went back to work. He went back to work. His the prepaid card cut off around 8:47. So he only bought the 19-minute card tonight.
Damn.
Yeah, he paid per minute.
He's in the
Cha-ching! Matthew McDonald in the chat.
1-800 contact or whatever that
he in the company Kia Soul.
God, not the company. He got to return it in the morning. But yeah, we're still continuing here. So look, if we're going off of the Falcons scheme from what it was last season, a lot of plays were, shout out to everybody who's joining the chat. Shout out to everybody who's in and out the chat, in and out the stream, who's going to view it later. One time for the fan on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. We need to get to 100 subscribers. Get us to 100. We're almost there. One time for the fan on Facebook. One time for the fan Twitter. We got a big show Sunday with Eric
Bo,
Parker.
you send it to Mike?
I did.
Okay.
Send to everybody.
Matter of fact, let me send it. Hold on. I'm gonna send it to my partner.
Send to everybody. I can send it to Marco Dad too. He said, if y'all can go ahead and finish, get that van together.
He said, all right, we go ahead and dust off the roof.
So check this out, right? The Falcon scheme, right? There are a lot of plays where Matt Ryan were sacked on like 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, shotgun formation. Escapes the pocket, steps up into the pocket. Of course, he's not mobile. He's looking for the pass, so he's going to set his feet again before he throws. This season, you have a new scheme, a new system, a new quarterback, 2 new quarterbacks who can tuck and run on purpose, not by accident, on purpose, evade defenders on purpose, versus Matt, who's going straight down. Sometimes Matt slid before the first down. I was like, damn, Matt, if you had a little bit more speed, you could have hit the edge and went up the sideline. But no, we don't have that with Matt. Matt was trying to set his feet to throw another pass after he escapes the rush. This season, 4 or 5 wide receiver sets. You got Mariota sitting there like, oh, I'm going that side. Mm-hmm. You got Ritter sitting there saying, oh, okay, 1 linebacker, dime formation. I bet I'm going right in the middle.
Yeah, if he come up, if he do that, I'm gonna take off this way
on purpose because you have a 4 or 5 wide receiver set you can't control. Now, if the Falcons would have not signed Patterson this offseason, not re-signed him, then I can agree with what Bill Barnwell is saying about the Falcons having one of the worst off seasons. You had to re-sign Patterson. That was one of your off-season moves.
So who was number 1?
Seattle. So let me go over the list for you
once again. So that's disrespectful because
Russell.
It was disrespectful.
No, it's disrespectful because they lost Russell and then picked nobody up for him.
But see, he's not a Falcon fan either. So whatever his take is on the outside looking in. Once again, it's not what's going on within the organization. The Boo Man
literally lost a quarterback and really picked up 2 quarterbacks.
Shout out to Ice Cold Wolf. We'll get to you in the chat here. Boo Man.
That's my homeboy. I just sent him the thing. He's really a Broncos fan, but he said he'll support. So yeah,
definitely, brother. Hit that subscribe. We talking Falcons football. Broncos and Falcons don't play until next season. I believe we play the AFC West next season, and we do go to. I think we do go to Denver because the Colts, I believe, come here. And a couple other teams. Already seeing how it's going to work. So
I had to hit that Mile High and bring.
Yeah, Denver and Kansas City, I think, come here, and then we go to Denver and Kansas City. And then LA and the other team come here. But yeah, Boo Man, here's the top 10 teams. We can keep moving the subject. So Bill Barnwell said top 10 worst off seasons so far this year. The Bears number 10, Cowboys number 9, Texans number 8, Commanders number 7, Lions number 6, Raiders number 5, those damn dirty Saints number 4, the Cardinals number 3, the Falcons number 2, and the Seahawks number 1. And I don't think Bill Barnwell, once again, you're on the outside looking in. We have some pieces in place that is going to keep this car running, but we did upgrade in some situations now. Look at the wide receiver position. We're upgrading a franchise wide receiver coming in from Drake London versus Tajay Sharp and Russell Gage and Christian Blake. And come on, we didn't even know most of the other wide receivers was on the field last year because of the injury and
unproven commodities.
Yeah.
That's all the thing. We got to see what Drake do. We got to see what Edwards do. We got to see what all the cats do. Ain't none of them really showed out. They don't get no respect until they do something this year. And it looking like a guy from like Bill Barnwell. He's here. Okay, you brought in players with potential, but you didn't bring in no production.
Yeah.
So that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, and of course everything's on paper. Falcons hit the field week 1, September the 11th against the Saints. Them damn dirty Saints.
Damn dirty.
Boo Man, we move on to the next subject. So Bodee did his breakdown about Jalen Hawkins. Spot on breakdown. Please go back and listen to the show. Bodee's breakdown, first segment tonight for Bodee's breakdown, and it was on Jalen Hawkins. Boo Man, what is your thoughts, your opinion about Jalen Hawkins stepping into a big role this season?
Jalen Hawkins had a lot to prove to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't see much last year, or maybe it was a different scheme or something, but I didn't see much last year. He definitely, I have him on my radar, but he has a lot to prove because he's been talked about so much. So I think he has shoes to fill. We had this conversation before the draft because remember I said what was our biggest weakness, and it was pass rush. But what did I say? I said I wouldn't be surprised if we had got Kyle Hamilton. Because our safety hasn't been solidified since
long time.
You know what I'm saying?
A long time, man.
So, I'm not going to sit here and say that Jalen Hawkins is that guy. He has potential. I have more
I have a lot more upside for Richie Grant right now because he was thrown in the fire and they give him a lot of playing time. But Jalen Hawkins got a lot to prove to me. I can't really speak on him. I watched him last year. He made some plays, but he has a lot. He still has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
But I mean, sophomore year, so I don't think he got drafted as a person that was supposed to come in and just, we made Ricardo Allen go to the Pro Bowl. So I mean, anything is possible.
Bodee was a 4th round draft pick, so he wasn't up here with Richie Grant. Richie Grant 2nd round, so they like, hey, Richie, come on now. So yeah, it was more expectation for Richie, and but we're gonna see. He got talent. He got talent.
Said my 12 tackles in 11 games. For Jalen Hawkins, don't forget Deron Harmon, Eric Harris.
They started.
They did, yeah. They started, and of course they're running a lot of single high safety too as well last season. And it would be Eric Harris or Richie Grant in the middle, or if it wasn't, it was Deron Harmon.
We don't have a single high safety person. I think a single high safety is more of a like a Matthew, like a Derwin James, and I don't think we have a solidified person that can be. We got beat deep a lot last year, and it's because of confusion and not knowing the system. That's what happens when you throw young guys in there. But our secondary was I honestly say our secondary was just as bad as our pass rush.
I just have a feeling from even seeing the Kyle Pitts video with him and Richie Grant. Remember the OTA video when everybody's like, "Oh, the catch, Kyle Pitts." They're gonna bring Richie Grant up more into the box for downhill run blitzing. And of course, they might scheme up something to get to the pass rush, but play him in the check down or the flat, and then run your single high safety over the top.
See, they both can do it. They both can do it.
They both can.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Both of the safeties are ball hawks, and both of them can play in the box.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I like it.
And if Harris is healthy, he's supposed to be the veteran in the secondary.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for 9+ years. Am I not mistaken? 8, 7, 9 years?
Yeah,
he's been in the league that long. So he has to be the veteran back there to help out with Richie Grant, with Jalen Hawkins, Tease Tabor, whatever, Dean Marlowe, whoever's going to be back there. But yeah, Boo Man, we spoke about the breakdown from Jalen Hawkins. We spoke about Deshaun Watson. The Falcons doing well by not signing Deshaun Watson. So now that you're here, you can jump in on what the topics were earlier quickly so we can get to this next topic. Did the Falcons do well by not signing Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, because you need an immediate help at that position. And it was too many questions. You can't. It's just like it kind of gave me the feel of the Ty Gurley. You picked up Ty Gurley and you expected a lot, and then you got what you got. So I mean, it would have been eventually it would have been a plus, but still, like, if you got Deshaun Watson, you pretty much were starting your back up for the next couple games. And that's not a way to go in the season where you're trying. If you're rebuilding, then you draft a quarterback. But if you wasn't rebuilding, you get Deshaun Watson because you're trying to come. You wasn't trying to have no drop off that bad if you go from Matt Ryan to Deshaun Watson. But I mean, to speak on Deshaun Watson, I mean, just you kind of dodge a bullet there because, like I said, it's too many question marks and there's a lot of things coming out about him, and it's a distraction on wins. You know? So
I understand the situation with Matt Ryan after the whole Deshaun Watson thing went down, but let's give another grade for Terry, another A for dodging the Deshaun Watson situation. Because they could have brought him in and signed him. They could have did some ridiculous move. They had the money next year.
They could have did.
They could have moved some players around, shop Grady, shop Dion, shop this guy.
They could have.
And we would have been in this bad situation going into the season where all you would have got is a couple OTA picks of a quarterback who is still under investigation, who might not play this season.
You would have had a good quarterback with a bad defense still.
Yeah, and it would have cost you a lot.
Think about it. If you had got Deshaun Watson, there's no first round pick.
Yeah.
And it would have cost you a lot. I remember telling Bo, I said, I want Deshaun Watson, but if they throw the first round pick in there, it's kind of like you lose.
The first round pick was the one thing that hurt me. That I was like, nah, don't do it. And the second one was looking at the money, like, oh, please don't do this.
Yeah.
I thought everything was cool. Like, oh yeah, $20 million. Oh yeah, no cases. Oh yeah, take them.
Yeah.
2-year deal, yeah, let's get him. But nah, they talking about no. They're like, nah, bro.
They talking real crazy.
That big money for that. I said, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But shout out to Ice Cold Wolf. He said, I'm glad y'all didn't fall for Watson. Him not being 100% full-time Falcon fan. We're going to make you a full-time Falcon fan, Cold Wolf. By the time you're done listening to all these streams, you're going to be in here. Like,
he wants to be, man.
Drake London jerseys.
He wants to be. He wants to be. He was big on Matt Ryan. I'm not gonna lie.
God, not he wants to be. Not Millie Vanilli.
I'm saying he was big. He was big on Matt Ryan.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people that was even outside of the organization was like, hey, that's a damn good quarterback. I talked to a lot of fans that said, hey, that Matt Ryan guy is a damn good quarterback. I'm sorry you guys don't have a good offensive coordinator to play to his style. Or you saw you're going to have a player. Remember Matt Ryan used to go back to the playbook right there on his wrist? He used to open it up and call the audibles and do that Peyton Manning stuff. And he was like, man, this quarterback, what up on fire? And then it just got down to the whole, and I was like, bruh, like, come on and snap the ball and let's go, man. You know, it got to those points, man. But I was a Matt Ryan guy. All my Matt Ryan jerseys right here. White, red, black, all these colors, man.
I don't even want to get down that Matt Ryan rabbit hole.
It's tough, man. It's tough. But guess what? I know there's going to be some 3rd and 1s and some 2nd and 2s this season. You better blitz from every angle. Because if you don't, could be a quick 40, 50-yard touchdown rushing from our quarterback. Never know. Yeah, Matt Ryan, what was the longest Matt Ryan run? The one against the Vikings?
It was the one against Green Bay.
The one against Green Bay?
I remember
the 30-yard something run?
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, I like this firepower. As long as people come with their energy, it's good, man. You know.
So we got a couple more things to talk about here. Bodee, Boom Man, appreciate y'all being here. Everybody who's been in the chat, everybody who's going to view the video afterwards, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. One time for the fan. We got so much to discuss. We only do this in an hour, but now that is over an hour. We're going to do our best to keep it going. Dre, true statement is in the chat. Shout out to Dre. What's going on, fellas? First live checking y'all out. Yes, Dre, man, every Wednesday, every Sunday, we here, 8 o'clock. Wait till it gets closer to the season. We got so much to bring for y'all. If you don't know, we'll be at all. I mean, I know Bodee, I don't know if he's going to be able to attend all of them. I know he's going to the New Orleans game with me. And Boo Man, I think he's going to be down there too as well with us. Dales will be down there too as well. So the whole One Time for the Fan team will be there. But outside of the New Orleans game, we'll be at all the games.
Yeah.
From home or away, we're going to have content for you. Because I already know, personally for me, I'll be at all the away games. And I'm a season ticket holder as well, so I'll be at all the home games. So I'm bringing you exclusive content here. Bodee's bringing you content. Boom Man's bringing you content. Whenever he's not in Arkansas at work, he's bringing you content. My boy Des Dollars is bringing you content. So we have a group of individuals who are big-time Falcon fans, and we want to see the team win.
Yeah,
we want to see the team get better. We want to see the team improve, regardless if it's the defense, if it's the offense, if it's the record. We want to. Dre. Damn it, we want a damn Super Bowl trophy.
And I'm gonna be real. We're gonna tell it like it is.
Yep.
We're gonna tell it like it is. We're gonna tell it like it is. We're not gonna sugarcoat.
Bodee's always 100% real. I'm 100% real. Boomman's 100% real. Des is 100% real. And they keep it real. So welcome to the One Time for the Fan show. Tell your Falcon friends, tell your Falcons family, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe every Wednesday, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. One Time for the Fans. So we got 2 more things to talk about here before we get to upcoming events and shout outs, and we'll wrap it up. Bodee, you good?
I'm straight.
Boom, man, what time you go back to work?
Shut up, boy.
Yeah. Terry Funk. He spoke about. Let's see what we got here. Cold Wolf, you about to become a full-time Falcons fan, brother. Can't wait to see Matt Corral. Boy, if you don't get your. Boy, if you don't get your. Boy, you crazy. Boy, you crazy. Delete that. I'm just going to keep it in the chat. But boy, man, we gonna get, you know what, man? We got Eric Parker on the show Sunday. So that's going to be a big show. We got to talk about the full NFC South group. I think we already mentioned it in a couple of shows previously. The Desmond Ridder, Matt Corral, probably Ryan Trask. We don't know what the Saints are going to do going forward. But the new NFC South, if that's the group going forward, oh, man, division's ours. So I ain't worried about that. Carolina's a sweep this season. That's an easy dub. Saints, we don't know if Kamara's playing. We don't know if Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston is starting week 1, but that's a dub if you come out and get a win there. I didn't want to break down too much of that, man. I'm in podcast mode right now. Don't put me in true fan mode.
Getting a little hype.
I'm getting a little hot.
Hey.
Boy, I'm getting a little hot there, boy.
He said, man, for real.
And that Tito's hitting where that? There it is. But Terry, we talked to Terry. Dez was there. As soon as we went to OTA, we walked into the stadium. And as soon as I come around the corner by gate 1, by the Mercedes-Benz Club, close to the locker room, Terry comes around the corner. And I'm like, shit, Terry, you got to get a chance to talk to Terry. So I'm asking him some questions, talked about the Falcons and talked about how good of a job he's doing and how excited he said how excited he is to lead this team in a new direction. But he also spoke in that same day. He spoke about the final 53 not being in the building right now. Which means Terry is back on the phone. Terry is back in the war room, scouting these rosters to bring in a player who can assist this team, whether it's in the trenches at offensive guard. You need some assistance there. If it's a player at right tackle, we don't know if Wilkinson's going to step up. We don't know what's going to happen. Schaefer is going to challenge Mayfield. Arthur Smith spoke highly of Mayfield. Arthur Smith talked about Caleb McGarry back in his Thor pictures that he was taking before OTA started. We don't know what the future is with that offensive line, but Matt Hennessy, Drew Dahlman at the center, Mayfield and Schaefer behind him, and then you have Caleb McGarry and Ifedi. The competition battle across that offensive line is going to be crazy this season. But with $13 million, Bodee, Boo Man, if you're there, Bodee chime in. With $13 million, turn the cap around. You can't tell me Terry's looking at this roster and saying, "Oh, we're good. We're ready for the Saints week 1." No. Terry is about to bring in another player or two. And here's the position groups that could happen. Bodee, you're going to chime in on this too as well. The offensive line, center, guard, or tackle. Defensive line, you need an edge rusher. You can go get a nose tackle if you want. You don't know what Marlon Davidson's going to become. He lost weight to play the edge, but you need a veteran pass rusher. And there's a couple of them out there. Or another cornerback to solidify your slot and your nickel. Yeah. You're running a lot of base nickel. I don't know if it's 2, 4, 5 or what it is, but you're running a lot of nickel. You're running a lot of 3-4 this year. Or another linebacker. Hell, if you sign another linebacker, Deion's out. If you sign another linebacker, Deion's out. If you sign a linebacker that you know is going to play this season, Deion's out. Deion right now is the smallest linebacker in that pack. Bodee, Terry mentioning the final 53 is not here in the building. What is Terry? Give me your thoughts. What is going on here?
From what I've observed this season, this off season, Terry is he's on his. Let me get my sleepers.
He's professionally grimy right now.
Yeah, pretty much. He trying to get. He either looking for some savvy vets that's gonna come in here and push these cats, or give them some give them some advice or whatnot on how to play better. He looking for some former first round picks who ain't panned out, and maybe they can come over here and play. You know what I'm saying? He on that tip. That's the type of team he's been building. He been bringing in, like I said before, some cats who are hungry and they want to play, like freaking Lorenzo Carter. He's just looking for a chance. Freaking Alden Tate just looking for a chance. Like cats like that who had a little chance to produce, and they just need a bigger, a better chance on a team like us who's starting to rebuild. So like it's just Terry he's scouring rosters. I mean, who else the hell else goes and gets Brian Edwards for a 5th?
You got to pick back.
Ain't got to pick back.
Yeah,
that means
you picked up the phone again and said, "Hey, I forgot to tell you, I need that 7."
Yeah. Send that 7 too.
Yeah, send that 7 too.
Yeah, because y'all ain't playing that boy over there.
How much was the contract? Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So he's a smart guy because he knew that was Aubergine. Brian Edwards was Aubergine Raiders. He went in there and snatched them up, got him for free. He might as well be a draft pick. Dude, 23 years old, he a draft pick too. He gonna come. We got Terry is just absorbing it in. He's just gonna bring in some talent He gonna bring in some guys who are hungry, or he gonna bring some vets in this thing who gonna help. So
I spoke about Brian Edwards last week. I think he's gonna be wide receiver 2.
Absolutely, I said that when the trade happened. I said wide receiver 2. He got the talent.
He has the talent. He has the skill. His route running skills are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
A lot of plays last season where you can catch him. I don't know, there's those 1 quick grabs, 2 quick grabs, but watch the whole play.
Yeah.
Watch the series before it. Watch how they're moving the offense. Edwards is on the field.
Yeah.
So take Edwards out. Oh, look at Mariota when he threw the ball to Waller. That everybody's talking about, when he had the game, when he came in, Derek Carr was injured. He came in to help the team play against the Chargers. It was a nice performance from Mariota. But look when he was hitting Waller on the one-on-one passes, and he was running on the running gun in the Wildcat. Take those 2 pieces out. Take Waller out and put Pitts. You're gonna have the same thing going on this season. They're gonna, like Ritter them said, like the coordinator said, we're putting plays together to match the quarterbacks.
Yes.
So there's gonna be a lot of running gun. There's gonna be a lot of 4 or 5 wide receiver sets, trip routes.
They're gonna be rolling it out.
Crazy. So Terry mentioned that the final 53 is not in the building. I think the wide receiver group locked.
Yeah.
I think your nose tackle, your defensive tackle, I think that's kind of locked. You got Vincent Taylor, you got Anthony Rush, you still got Grady. I forget who else you have too as well. Somebody else is on that line too as well. I gotta go back.
Don't say one of those names again.
I mean, they're still on the roster. If they're going to make the 53, then they're going to be a part of it. But on Sunday's show, just for a little bit, before we speak to Eric Parker, we're going to break down what Scott Belair said about the wide receiver groups, his prediction of who can make this wide receiver group. We got 54 wide receivers on the roster.
Yeah, we do. Too many.
54 wide receivers, 64 running backs. So somebody got to play O-line. Somebody got to block.
There's going to be a lot of wide receivers on them destroying videos.
Yeah, not destroying. Hey, the Falcons might sign destroying them. I'm just waiting for that.
Hey,
Falcons
man,
have signed destroying to a 2-year deal.
My boy said we need 10 wins, fellas.
Hey. Ice Cold ready to be a Falcons fan.
I'm with you, dog, man.
Ice Cold, go ahead and subscribe.
I told you he support, man.
Come on,
man. Go ahead and subscribe, man.
Ice Cold, subscribe so we can put you in the Drake London jersey giveaway.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you'll wear a London jersey. He didn't know he would.
Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, fellas. On YouTube.
He play all his games, man.
We got to get to 100 followers. We got some people coming up this season on One Time for the Fan. We talked about Bill Barnwell, what he said about the Falcons offseason, about not having a solid offseason. But we disagree. Bodee's breakdown of Jalen Hawkins. Spot on by Jalen Hawkins. Welcome everybody who's here at the stream, who's here at the chat. One Time for the Fan on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Falcons did well by not signing Deshaun Watson. I'm so happy they didn't sign Deshaun Watson. I'm glad they blew a lot of smoke to make sure the Saints don't sign him either, because if everything would have went sound and Deshaun Watson was okay, I did not want to see him in the NFC South for the next 8 to 10 years. I'll tell you that right now. It's bad enough we got that, down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
He doing it on purpose too. He's like, I'm gonna go down there in the NFC South and play against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. Can't wait for you to retire. Then he's like 60 years old. I'm gonna play till I'm 60.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna sign more offensive linemen.
We got a dub, Tampa Nation.
This guy is weird, man. But he's a great player, man. Can't deny talent. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Bodee, we talked about Terry not having the final 53 in the building right now. Somebody's gonna get a contract soon. Somebody's gonna wake up tomorrow morning and say hello. Atlanta 404. Hello. Terry. Oh, hey, what's up, Terry?
Hey, man. Put that iPhone 8 down, man.
This is Max Pro right here, buddy.
You know what he gonna say? What's up, Terry? Terry gonna like, yeah.
You Samsung guys with your
can you come get your things?
Fox commercials. You guys
Terry gonna like, can you come get your things, please?
Everybody in the chat, everybody on the stream, hit the share button, hit the like button. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. We are talking Falcons football. Upcoming events, and also. Real quick, want to put this up here on the screen. One Time for the Fan is hitting the road this season. We're not going to be in the same background for the next 6-7 months. Falcons, of course, have a lot of road games this season. some beautiful away games this season. As a fan, I love going to away games. LA. One time for the fan will be in LA. Broadcast in LA.
Broadcast in LA.
One time for the fan will be in Seattle the week after. I'm talking about, man, I might even rent a Winnebago and just roll.
Not a Winnebago.
And just be
damn horn gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna Winnebago like this, heading up Northern California like this. Like, where y'all heading? We're heading to Seattle.
Man,
week 3. Falcons. One time for the fan will be there in Cincinnati. Staying on the Kentucky side of the river. Might run into Jack Harlow.
Not Jack Harlow. You gonna go KFC and get the Jack Harlow meal?
If he working.
No, straight on that.
If he working. One time for the fan will be in Tampa. One time for the fan will be in Carolina, Thursday night, primetime football.
In Carolina.
Definitely be there.
One time for the fan will be in, here we go, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes, sir. I'm bringing
number 18.
I'm bringing American Deli to New Orleans.
God. They don't know about no lemon pepper wings. They be like, "What's lemon pepper?"
Lemon
we
pepper.
Put it on our wings.
What?
I'm bringing 100-piece in the game.
They ain't gonna stop you. They ain't got no security.
Dip it in gumbo.
God. One time for the fan, we heading to Baltimore Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving weekend, Washington. Dre in the chat. American Deli in. No, let's go.
Yes, sir.
In the NO. They ain't got no American Deli. They got Raising Cane's out there. Hell, they put them Raising Cane's up around them.
Look, we driving. We bringing 100-piece American Deli. Only lemon pepper.
Let me tell you something. Some real petty stuff. And I know it's been an hour and 21 minutes. Are y'all all right? Y'all good?
I'm good.
So there was a couple of years ago, there's these pictures that's been floating around. Falcons take over Peachtree. I don't know if y'all seen them pictures. Falcons take over Bourbon Street. We turn it into Peachtree. We call Bourbon Street Peachtree. So anytime you go down there to the Falcons Saints game, you're going to meet fans who's going to say, this is Peachtree Street because there's going to be so many Falcons fans. The Falcons, one thing the Saints love to do is have parades. They love to have parades. When we beat them last season, right after the game, Saints fans totally forgot about the game because their culture is just to come outside, jump in a second line, and just start moving down Canal. So they totally forgot about the loss. Falcon fans going crazy. We dancing, we doing our thing in the street. But the Falcons decided to organize their own parade a couple of years ago. And this dude was riding a bike with the speaker in the back playing like Future, Gunna. He riding out Bourbon Street.
Oh, yeah.
He killing that shit. And Falcon fans just right behind him, moving down the line. And the Saints fans looking like, we hate these motherfuckers. But we hate them. Saints fans looking at us like, we hate y'all so much.
Let's jump Wardy.
Wardy, their food is good. Bring money for the casino. One time for the fan will be there.
Food is great.
In New Orleans. Their culture is amazing. I hate the Saints as an organization, as a team. I hope they sell this franchise and bring in the South Dakota Wombats. But as a city, when you're down there, you feel their culture. Yeah. And
Drew Brees is terrible on TV.
We talked. We're not even gonna talk about that. Drew Brees, he lost. He's a fool. But when you're down there in New Orleans, their culture, their vibes, I guess it's cool. It's cool to eat their food. You know what I'm saying? Go to the games. You're interacting with the fans. But at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's entertainment. But you'll meet some diehard fans that go to these games. In the past, when that game is going on inside that stadium, them Saints fans tend to talk a lot of ish. So be prepared wherever we're sitting. There's gonna be some chirping. You know what I'm saying? We don't play. We chirp. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I sit, nigga, we're gonna chirp. You best believe that. We're gonna chirp. We're gonna talk some nonsense now. I guess security might come over there, guest services might come over there, but we're gonna chirp. You best believe that. So we're going on the road this season, Falcons, all the away games. And then of course, what else they got? Tampa, Carolina, Baltimore, Washington. Every away game except for the preseason games. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's just check through the chat real quick. The whole 30 piece.
30p.
Not the 30.
All right, with lemon pepper sprinkles.
Not the 30.
Sprinkles.
Shout out to Jabri in the chat. The Cincinnati game sounds good too. I'm driving up to Cincinnati, Jabri. You can follow me, bro. You know I leave, man. I leave like middle of the night so I can get there for breakfast. Anytime you go into an away game, you got to go for breakfast, bro. You cannot drive into the stadium or fly in 9 o'clock on no Saturday night and the game is Sunday morning. That is just a waste of a trip. In my opinion, though Falcon fans and fans want to do that, go right ahead. We're going to get to some trips shortly.
How many gallons in that Kia Soul it take?
I gotta go back and check, man. I totally forgot.
Damn, no, you ain't driving that square up there,
boy said the Kia Soul, not the squirrel box.
The square box.
Or what is it? Raccoons, rats? What is it? I can't remember that commercial. Lemon pepper extra wet for Dre. That's how we eat it down here, man. We real deal Atlanta, man. And then you go to other cities and you just look where you go into Cincinnati, like you go to these cities and be like, yeah, let me get a lemon pepper.
They were like
wet with the sprinkle. They're looking at you like, where you guys from? Well, we Falcon fans.
Yeah, I can tell.
Got the gold teeth and everything. Where y'all from?
Yeah, we got buffalo wings. The fuck is a buffalo?
Yeah, buffalo wings. Turkey wings.
Buffalo wings.
I got turkey wings.
The fuck is a buffalo?
Get out of here, man. Hitting the chat up right now. Chase, Jabri Harper tickets were mad cheap on Vivid for Cincinnati. Look for the row one's end zone. Or if you're just going up there, just do like me and just buy your tickets the morning of the game, man. You get it super cheap. So I'm so sorry to the fans who have to sell their tickets on the morning of the game day. I'm sorry that the ticket prices dropped $125, but there was a fan like me to buy them. Just know that. Shout out to Jabri in the chat. He's with the laughing emoji. A parade for beating a division rival. Jesus, y'all are some mad. Oh, come on, dog. It's rival, man. We go down to New Orleans and we win. You're damn right we're going to have a damn parade.
Damn
we're
right.
party
Damn
too.
right.
Damn Skip.
You got to come with us, Ice Cold. You got to see how it is. I'll try to post some pictures and everything in the chat for y'all next game about how we turn up down there on Bourbon Street.
You said he a Broncos fan?
Yeah, Broncos fan. Let me see.
Okay, so
I turn my head to the side to see the picture. You look like somebody I know, boy. Did you come knocking on my door a couple weeks ago selling magazines or something? What's going on over there? What you doing, boy? We're going to turn you into a Falcons fan, Cole Wolf. You rock with us. We're going to turn you into a Falcons fan. We got an extra spot in that Uber heading out of New Orleans. You want to jump in, bro? Split the fare with us.
Yeah, he going to be down with it. I'm telling you.
Split the fare with us. But shout out to Ice Cold in the chat, man. He's been showing love in the chat, man. Shout out to Ice Cold. Everybody who's here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. YouTube, one time for the fan. We went over the hour mark because we love talking about the Falcons. Let's see what we got here. Going through the chat real quick. That's why I just want to just go through the chat before we talk about this. Chase and Jabri are having their personal chat. You guys need to hit up each other in the Rise Up Tour group. Speaking of the Rise Up Tour group, speaking of hitting the road this season, of course, you know, with the Rise Up Tour, me and my friend Thomas Scott, a couple years ago, we started the Rise Up Tour. And everybody who's listening, hit that chat up. Hashtag We Talking Falcons Football. Hashtag We Talking Falcons Football. That's all we do here on this show is talk Falcons football. We got another show Sunday. Eric Parker is going to be here. Longtime Atlanta Falcons fan. Heavy on the Twitter. Heavy on the Facebook. Everybody, a lot of people know Eric Parker. So he'll be here Sunday to talk with us. But the Rise Up Tour. Me and Thomas started this group a couple seasons ago where we go to a lot of these away games. And a lot of Falcon fans go to these away games too. And a lot of times the Falcons organization don't put on a lot of events when you go to away games because of the fact that they're in somebody else's city. They don't want to touch that market. They don't want to touch restaurants in certain areas because they don't want to have like a messed up type of event being with the Falcons. So what they do is they might host like a little meet and greet or, show up here early type of event. Nothing too major. Mm-hmm. Boom. Thomas had a great idea. We're going out of town. We go into these cities. We go into these shows. Like Jabri Harper is saying right here in the chat, away games are lit. They are lit. Let me tell you what's going on. The one time, the Rise Up Tour, it was just me and Thomas in the group. 2019, 2020, pandemic, all that shit. Now we're over 650 members of members who travel to Falcons games. You feel me? And they travel to, I just posted the other day in the chat who's all going to the LA game for the first away game, and just the comments and the likes are just rolling.
I'm trying to go there.
A lot of people want to go to LA because you got the LA, you got the Rams. It's not even about the Falcons who could possibly lose this game. It's going to be a tough game. We know it's going to be a tough game. Falcons could possibly end up with the loss. It's tough. But the experience that you get from going to these away games, the meet and greets, the breakfast with the fans, the lunch with the fans, the dinner, going to Six Flags, wherever you guys want to go, Rise Up Tour group. We've created this group so that way fans can interact with each other. meet up with each other and say, hey, we're doing X, Y, and Z at certain times. So in Minnesota a couple years ago, a lot of people, I said, hey, look, let's stay downtown Minnesota. A lot of people decided to stay downtown. I said, 8:30 in the morning, we'll meet up on 4th Street for breakfast at the Hen House. Next thing you know, 30-something Falcon fans sitting outside the door at the Hen House in Falcons gear in Minnesota. It's that vibe you want when you go out of town. You want to be around Falcons fans. We've seen the group grow from 2 members to over 650. We're probably going to reach 1,000 before the end of the year with a lot of these games on the schedule. We'll go back to the chat here shortly. But we have these events set up in every city. So speaking of that, the Rise Up Tour group presents the Party Bus. On 85 North. Guess where we heading? We're heading to Charlotte. Thursday night, we have a bus trip. Last time we did this, we filled up a full Greyhound bus. Had about 50, 60 people. We're looking to fill up 2 buses this year. I'm driving behind the bus. Bodee, you're with me. We're driving behind the bus. The bus going to be lit. It gives you access to the game and back. Not tickets. We don't do tickets. Tickets are on you. But you get you don't have to drive. You can drink. You can bring your alcohol. You can do whatever you want. You're cool on the bus. All you got to do is bring your Falcons gear, rise up, and get ready to watch the Falcons beat the Panthers on Thursday night.
Beat the shit out of them.
We're going to leave early. The bus is going to leave around 10, 11 in the morning. We'll have a location set up. All the information is in the Rise Up Tour group on Facebook, the Rise Up Tour away game group. You'll see it online, or you can check on One Time for the Fan. I'll post it on my page shortly on Facebook. It's $125 per person. It covers you to get from Atlanta to Carolina, after the game, from Carolina back to Atlanta. And the day after is Veterans Day. So chances are you're going to have the day off on Friday. Mm-hmm. So you can sleep, drink, party. Let's just say the Falcons win. Let's just say we have a winning record. Man, you on the bus, goddamn. You hanging on to the damn season shit. We're going to the playoffs. Falcons, party, like I said, not the Falcons. Rise Up Tour Group, Party Bus, 85 North, heading to Charlotte. www.riseuptouratl.com. Once again, www.riseuptouratl.com. And guess what? We talked to Lee Thomas a couple episodes ago from the Tailgate Party Committee. The Tailgate Party Committee is hosting the Falcons tailgate in Carolina.
Okay.
So guess who's on the flyer with it? The Tailgate Party Committee's on the flyer. Lee Thomas. TailgatePartyCommittee.com. RiseUpTourATL.com. You get your tickets for the tailgate. Get your tickets for the bus trip. Like I said, Thursday, heading to Carolina is going to be an amazing trip. And I'm hearing, I don't want to say too much, they have the bus trip set up. I'm looking at the flyer. He said it's not official, but I'm hearing it's the Rise Up Tour Tampa Takeover, another bus trip. That's 2 bus trips already. Not to mention the meet and greets, not to mention the parties, the events that we have going on during that whole week of wherever we go. New Orleans, we host a party at Razoo's. Shout out to the general manager from Razoo's who lets us come in there and host the party in New Orleans, because a lot of New Orleans places don't let Falcon fans do much but eat and take your ass up out of here. Yeah. But we got Razoo's, one of the hottest spots on Bourbon Street. Had it for 2 years in a row now. Shout out to the general manager from Razoo's. That's where the connection works. That's where the network works. You're a Saints fan. I'm a Falcons fan. But when we link up on this Rise Up Tour stuff, we're bringing fans to your establishment so we can have a good time. If the fans bicker and go back and forth, like I said, we're just here to have a good time. But I've been in those situations where Saints fans, they start getting drinking and they start acting up. You know what I'm saying? But in the most part, last year, had a good time. Fans high-fiving each other, taking pictures. Hey, what's your Twitter? What's your Facebook? No problems. And we won the next day. So that's how it is. LA. We got party in LA. We got tailgate in LA. Seattle. We got party in Seattle. We got tailgate in Seattle. Cincy, Baltimore. The Rise Up Tour does not stop. One Time for the Fan will not stop. We're hitting the road this season. Bodee, you're going to be with us on the road this season. Sorry if I had a lot to say. I'm just really excited about what the Falcons are going to do this season and what we're going to be doing this season. Bodee, you're hitting some away games with us this year. I know we're over the hour mark. I know we're over an hour and a half. I appreciate you for sticking by. But what games are you excited this season? What away games?
Man, I'm gonna have to hit. I'm trying to hit one of them West Coast games. I'm trying to hit one of them at least. Yeah, both is back to back. It's kind of tough. That Cincinnati game probably hit that because I got family an hour from Cincy, so that might work.
Cold Wolf, where are you? He said we're tailgating down there. Where's Cold Wolf?
He's
here. Okay.
Yeah, so the Falcons Saints tailgate party committee is going to host a tailgate for the Falcons Saints game, week 11. Lee Thomas from the tailgate party committee, who owns the party committee, he was on the show a couple episodes ago. And yeah, they have a big party September the 11th. They're going to Carolina with us. They're going to Cincinnati with us as well. They might go to Baltimore. But yeah, they definitely help out with the tailgates. The tailgate in the West Coast in LA is ran by a young lady named Jennifer, who's a part of the Rise Up Tour. And then the one in Seattle is ran by a young lady named Adrian, who's the ambassador for the Rise Up Tour in Seattle. She lives in Seattle. She works for Xbox. She works for Microsoft. So she's going to be able to give us the rundown. We're trying to get a party at the Space Needle. Just to throw you guys minds of what we're doing. We're trying to get a party at the Space Needle in Seattle. In the past, we've done parties in multiple cities, but we're trying to do the best we can. Dre, where do I go to find the Rise Up Tour group info? If you go to Facebook, if you type in the Rise Up Tour, I'll type it right here in the chat for you. Bodee, you going to Boo Man? You going to some away games this season?
trying to hit that Carolina, New Orleans, definitely New Orleans. Since he sound good too, though. I ain't gonna lie, I got family up there too.
Okay. We're gonna wrap up this show here shortly. I'm gonna post this in the chat so that way Dre can join the group. Dre, if you check our Facebook page, One Time for the Fan on Facebook, I'll go ahead and post it there too as well. But yes, it's the Rise Up Tour. But yeah, we had an excellent show tonight. I appreciate everybody who's been here. The chat has been very good tonight. Y'all did a great job, Falcon fans, because I know you guys want to win. I know you guys want to see a team do something this season that's going to be better than last season. You can't improve and not make the playoffs. You want to improve, you want to go to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We have to get over the hump. It's been 4 years. Let's just say this team that's rebuilding right now can put together 8 or 9 wins, a strong 8 or 9 wins, maybe 10, and sneak into the playoffs. Falcon fans, you don't have to get 14, 15 wins. You feel what I'm saying? You can just sneak around with 8 or 9 wins and get into the playoffs. The NFC is South. The NFC, well, not the NFC South, but the NFC is not that strong. You seen Bodee. We was 1 game away from the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
With a roster nobody believed in, an aging veteran quarterback. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we have opportunity here to make something happen. So, with that being said, we have so much to talk about going forward here with One Time for the Fan. Boo Man, I appreciate you for being a part of this. Dre, I see Dre Jones right here. Let's go ahead and get Dre in here. I'm gonna add you to the. Wait, did I add you? Dre, if not, check my Facebook page, One Time for the Fan on Facebook. I'll post the information there. And we'll get that going. So we can get up out of here and enjoy the night. Put the kids to bed.
Yes, sir.
Boo Man, welcome back. We need you in here more, Boo Man.
Yes, sir.
You want me to send an email tomorrow morning? We get you in here for Sunday show.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Rolling Stone, man.
God, Ice Cold said, "Tell Boo Man to open his eyes." He been working all day. The damn sun been hitting his eyes. I'm surprised he got his glasses on. Boo Man, wear your dark glasses with the visors on the side, the one that cover your peripheral vision.
then the car.
Oh snap!
Boy,
we lit Eric Parker.
What's wrong with this man?
Hey, I might need a moderator for the chat on Sunday show, dog, because Eric Parker, man, he might pull up with the Falcons.
Not with the Falcons.
He might pull up with Freddie. Eric Parker's a longtime diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. He don't play. He finna keep it real. He finna put all these fans who think that we finna win 3 or 4 games. He finna put them in their place on Sunday. Y'all want to tune into this? Eric Parker. Hit Eric Parker on Facebook and look at the many pages he's been banned on Facebook and social media. Got about 15 Eric Parkers. He don't play.
He forcing the door open, ain't he?
Let me tell you something about Eric, man. When I go to training camp, Flowery Branch, I'm trying to beat Eric there at 6 a.m. Eric is the first person in the line at training camp at 6 a.m. The Falcons CBS has broadcasted it. They talked about it. They had a special about him and Joe Allen. Eric, when I get to the parking lot and I turn in Flowery Branch, I said, oh, yeah, it's dark. No police. Oh, yeah, we the first ones here. I look over there. I see that damn Camaro. Goddamn, Eric's here already. I look in the car. He in the car? Where he at? He over there by the gate. He's sitting in the long chair. The gates open at 9. He there at 6. I'm there at 6 too, but he before me. So what times you get here?
Earlier. Way earlier.
Eric Parker on the show Sunday. One time for the fan. NBA Finals on. Let's go ahead and get to this. Shout out to Jabri. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to everybody. Dave. Shout out to everybody who's been in the chat. Ice Cold. Come on back Sunday. We're going to have a great time. Boo Man, any shout outs before we get up out of here, sir?
Shout out to one time for the fans.
Yes, sir.
That's one. Shout out to the Falcons. You know, shout out to everybody who joined the stream and commented and gave us questions, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody who's subscribing. Shout out to you, Jack Spade.
Appreciate that.
Flip. You know what I'm saying? Matthew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not the Caribbean roots.
You know that's how your folks say it. So yeah, man. Shout out my boy Bo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Who
got that alcohol burning, boy.
Yeah, that over there. You drinking that Everclear? Everything okay?
He trying to clear out all this.
Hey,
shout out to everybody though, man.
Let me put this up here real quick. If y'all are fans of Twitch streams, go ahead and post
man. Talk your stuff, man. Tell them what you do, man. Tell them what you do on your part time. You tell them how good you is on your stuff, man.
Yeah, so I don't want to brag too much, man, but I'm a pretty fantastic gamer. FIFA esports. Play esports. We have a big match tonight. We're playing the first place team. So Twitch, check it out. I played for PGS Team USA, a lot of FIFA stuff, a lot of esports stuff, but I played for some pretty good teams. Call of Duty, same thing too as well, man. I just go crazy in these games, but it's right there on Twitch, right there, twitch.com/worldly1gaming. We have a match in about 15 minutes. One of the managers of the team keeps tagging me because he's like, where you're at, put the stream up type shit. Somebody go ahead and head off. Bodee, any shout outs? You done great, man. Bodee's breakdowns coming up again, another segment. But today, Jalen Hawkins, spot on. Your points that you always talk about with the Falcons, the facts that you always bring about the Falcons is spot on. Any shout outs for you, sir?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the fans. Let's start with the fans, man. Always. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all, we here. We all fans. We here. Shout out to my wife, because I told her we a little over. She probably give me that eye right now.
My wife done walked over here a couple of times too.
Sorry, wife.
Sorry. Y'all didn't see me fix a whole plate in the chat. I got a text message like 10 minutes ago.
So on Sunday show, we're done at an hour. No more than an hour and 15 minutes. We'll cut it off at there.
Yes, shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, subscribe, man. Tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your mistress, tell everybody, man. We here.
Tell the bartender that comment too.
Yeah, totally.
That tab that you left. We talked about everything. Upcoming events, Falcons, offseason, so much stuff we had to talk about. Sunday show is going to be jam-packed. We're going to have a good time. Eric Parker, got some questions for him. We'll talk about the wide receiver group. Scott Blair's prediction on who the Falcons wide receivers could be going into this 53-man roster. Of course, you know, with our signature, we're going to end the show here. One time for the Atlanta Braves, who are winning 11-2 right now. And will continue their streak.
Home run derby out there.
Bats hot.
Let's go.
One time to the Braves. One time for
World Championship Braves. You got to put that in there.
Sorry about that. The World Championship Braves. So I got my World Championship gear right here too as well. I got a whole damn clothing store of sports wraps.
Everything. Hope it ain't over there in a pile.
God, no, it's all actually on the hanger now. I just want to make sure I add more.
Another home run, 13-2. But
oh God, the sad part is I got to take some stuff off the rack. I got Matt Ryan, Ridley, Freeman.
What is it? Made in Guyana.
Oh God, that boy on fire too. All right, we're gonna end the show like this. Shout out to the Braves. Shout out to the Braves. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. Shout out to everybody who's been joining the stream. Sunday show's gonna be jam packed. One time for the Braves, one time for Bodee, one time for Boo Man, one time for Dez Dollars, one time for the Atlanta Falcons who keep this show running. So appreciate that y'all are such a great organization. You guys are doing the best to be better because we want to see you guys get better, and we're gonna be here to talk about it. So stay tuned. A lot more coming up with One Time for the Fan. Great show tonight. Sunday show, we're back 8 o'clock. I am your host, Jack Spade. One time for the fan. Boo Man, brush your hair.